So in our workbook, you find all the different places where you can seek these inputs. There's internal mechanisms, external resources. Some of those things are listed here on the slide. But our innovation comes from all of these inputs and inspiration that are all around us. Especially of late, a lot of times we just need some time and space allocated to focus on this process. Lately, I've been listening to different audiobooks, and the other morning I was listening to one, and it was talking actually about some of the most successful business leaders' practices and how they carve time out for reviewing inputs to develop these new ideas. And they gave the story of Bill Gates, who takes a 1 week think week twice a week. He escapes to a private location. Not that we can all do that, but he escapes out into the woods in this private location where he can't be bothered, and he has no distractions, and he reads as many papers and books as he possibly can. So it's kind of a twofold situation here. You have limited distractions, and now you have this kind of, they call it a third place for creativity. So consider your own Think Week. Where will you garner inputs for your innovation? We can pull from all of these internal and external resources. It could be as simple as your organization's mission, strategic objectives. And external inputs are some of my favorite ones to have, and they come from these conversations with different groups or customers, even different colleagues in other departments. As we gather input from these research findings or other general news and trends, we can start to innovate. I did read a little word of caution on gathering and taking inputs from customers, where evidence suggests that when you ask customers for solutions on how to maybe improve a product or service, a lot of times that actually leads to just incremental innovation and in a product that sometimes they don't even buy. But when we ask our customers, or maybe in our case, people who might participate in our program, if we ask them the outcomes they want, sometimes they're better at capturing their desired outcomes, and we can use that information as an input to jumpstart our research and development process. And so in the chat, share where your inputs, what they are, when and where you feel inspired. So I see the beach, St. George Island, a closet, my car, a tent in the backyard. These are all great. A private location. Where else? I was trying to think of driving away from the office, morning time, something I'm coming into. All of these places people are listing are kind of free, there are fewer distractions where you have to focus on something. The beach. And what are those inputs? So what are you looking for? So nature. Anybody have any specific inputs that they like referring to for ideas on innovation? Podcasts. Oh, youth and adult community members. Yeah, finding those people who want to make the positive change. Art, visual arts, great. Yeah, these are all really great. Community Health Coalition meetings. Yeah, a lot of community kind of input. I think that's always great. Engaging with community members. Oh yeah, this is always the best. When you have friends with careers and backgrounds outside of what we do, kind of helps us. Anybody, yeah, that's great, Chuck. Folks who have a vested interest. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys. Thanks everybody for sharing, kind of keeping track of some of these different inputs, making time to review these inputs and find your inspiration. When we used to meet in person, we had these little idea books, so have your little idea book ready. We called it the bad idea book, but it could be good or bad ideas. have a little kind of notebook ready. So you jump out of the shower, can write down what you were thinking of. Thanks. So next, who do we have next to share up next? We have the why.